Welcome to r/LegalAdvice, where we read surprisingly interesting stories that don't end in a cliffhanger, I promise. If you are new around here, please feel free to subscribe to join our awesome community, and without any further ado, let's dive right in. Fined $13,066 from the TSA for grabbing my insulin pump. I travel a lot for work and I am a type 1 diabetic who uses an insulin pump. The pump manufacturer told me when I received my new pump that it cannot go through any X-ray machine, full body scanner, etc. When I go through the TSA line, I hold my pump out and tell them it cannot go through. Every time before this particular incident, they understood the protocol. When I give my spiel, take the pump, let me pass through the full body scanner, have my carry-on X-rayed, and then as soon as I step through the full body scanner, they swap my pump, hand it back to me, and I go on my way. This time it was different. I did my usual spiel, held my pump out, and the TSA agent seemed flabbergasted. She grabbed a plastic bowl, put my pump in it and set it aside. Told me to walk through the scanner, which I did with no problem. She told me to wait for another TSA agent to come and swap the pump. No problem here, unusual from what I was used to, but I am okay with it. Just some context, my blood sugar was high and I need that pump attached to me to take extra insulin to bring my blood sugar down. I did not take any extra before going through the line, as I thought I would get it right back, as I always do after they swap it, of course. A couple minutes go by and this TSA agent keeps going about her business, waving people through the line, with me still standing there and her not acknowledging me. I walk over, tap her on the shoulder and say, "Hey, can you please address my pump, as I need it back?" She says, "Yes, but I will need to call another agent over to swap it." And radios for another TSA agent to come over to address. I wait another couple minutes, felt like an eternity, and I am starting to feel like crap from the high blood sugar coupled with the anxiety from being ignored. I tap on her shoulder again, express the urgency, and again she says sure, and radios another TSA agent over to swap the pump. Another couple minutes go by and no other TSA agent is responding, and she's going on her merry way, scanning other people through the machine. Here is where I effed up. I was so paranoid and out of it from my high blood sugar and lack of insulin that I grabbed the pump out of the bowl, attached it to my body and went to my gate. About 45 minutes later, 3 TSA agents came to my gate, took me back to the scanning area and interrogated me. I was fully cooperative, apologetic, explained the medical condition, etc. After I explained everything, they were very nice and apologetic to me too. But they said they had to fill out an incident report, photographed my driver's license, the pump, me, etc. They said I would be getting a letter in the mail, probably a warning, and not to stress about it. Fast forward a week later and I get an official letter from the TSA in the mail saying I need to provide my side of the story, stating that I was in violation of Title 49 Code of Federal Regulations CFR, which is subject to a fine of up to $13,000 per violation. The letter does not provide the actual language of the above regulation, nor an assertion of how I violated the regulation. They stated I have 20 days to provide my defense in writing with any information that I wish to be considered in their investigation. A few questions. Should I consult an attorney and have them help me draft my response? If not, how should I word my response? I cannot refute leaving the TSA area with my pump, which I admit was stupid, it was caught on camera. Will my medical issues provide them with enough mitigating circumstances to drop the case against me? I am thinking right now about explaining why I acted the way I did and ignoring the fact that I walked away like an idiot. Thanks in advance for any help. 13K is a crap load of money. Will I face jail time if I cannot pay? I was an idiot but felt under duress due to my medical condition and the TSA negligently withholding my medication. User Scarlet Witch in the comments said, first, yes, you should have an attorney assist in this. Second, use assistance of 1. Make sure to inquire if having a statement from your PCP or pump manufacturer would assist your case. Third, I'm not a doctor. Would consequences of high blood sugar possibly be a mitigating factor in your decision-making process? And guys, I gotta tell you, so far I've been lucky and the TSA always treated me well, but I'm curious, have you guys ever had any negative experiences with the TSA? Feel free to let us know in the comments. And now we will read the update to the TSA story from just now. First, I would like to thank you all for the advice and supportive messages you have all sent me since I made this post. I reached out to a lawyer who drafted me a response free of charge to send back to the TSA. I questioned his verbiage as it looked to me like I was apologizing for everything and admitting guilt. He responded saying that yes, you are apologizing and asking for a warning instead of a fine, but nowhere in the email are you admitting guilt. He further stated that this is the best course of action for now and that he was 99% sure they would drop it and just give me a warning. But should they come back with an actual fine, to contact him back for official representation. I received the response today and they gave me a warning, no fine. I am so incredibly relieved. I know a lot of you encouraged me to sue the TSA and whatnot, but I am overjoyed that this is finally behind me. I did have some definite fault in what transpired and won't make that mistake again. I do think there was some significant negligence on the TSA's part that I could have taken some action on, but frankly, I'm glad it did not come to that. Thank you all again for everything. To be honest with you guys, I find the TSA to be kind of intimidating, especially compared to other countries where the security checks are a bit more lax. Either way, if you have watched until here, please don't forget to post some star emojis in the comments and also like the video if you want to support me. And by the way, just today I have read that since around December of 2019, it is more important than ever that your viewers like the video and also watch it until the end. Thank you very much in advance. And the next one is titled, Girlfriend, now ex, is pregnant and wants to give up for adoption. I don't, what are my rights? Texas. Girlfriend just broke up with me, she is 3 months pregnant and told me that she wants to give up the baby for adoption and there is nothing I can do. She is 19 and I am 20. I want to be the father to this child and if she does not want the baby, it is fine for her, but I do want the baby. Can she do it without my consent? What are my rights here? We are at Houston, Texas. And by the way, before we read any comments, big respect for that guy, only being 20 years old and already willing to take such a huge responsibility. User CAA3098 in the comments said, this is what the Texas Attorney General says about your specific situation. Question, I am not married to the woman who is pregnant with my child. Could someone else adopt the baby without my permission? Yes. Texas law requires unmarried fathers to act very quickly to avoid losing their parental rights. If a man thinks his child is going to be placed for adoption, he can register with the state's registry of paternity through the Department of State Health Services. A father can register before the baby is born, but no later than 31 days after the birth of the child. There is no charge for registering with the paternity registry. So guys, how do you think the story continues? Post your predictions now in the comments and then let's listen to the update to the story. Update to the adoption story from before. Short version, I'm sitting here and my baby daughter is right here next to me taking a nap. Long version, if you remember, I asked about how I should go about stopping my then pregnant ex from leaving the baby for adoption. I listened to the suggestions, got a lawyer, put myself on the registry as well. She really wanted to fight me over this right until the last month of the pregnancy. I was fully ready to fight her legally to get my rights as the father. But in the final month, she changed her mind and decided to give me full custody instead of giving up the child for adoption. So we had no messy legal right over it. The childbirth and custody situation went very smoothly. My lawyer took care of it quickly and my ex made it easy as well. Her family did not like this, but they could not do anything about it in the end. So I have my baby daughter. Taking care of my baby is difficult but certainly worth it. I feel like I have something to live for, my family has been super helpful and with their help we can make sure my daughter is happy. I also got a promotion at work. I realized that I need to be more ambitious because I now have a baby to provide for. A higher position was open at my work and I asked for the promotion, but they told me I am too young. I offered to do the job as a trial 1 month without any extra pay, only to prove that I can do it. After a month, they gave me the job. As most of you suggested, and my lawyer did too, I had my lawyer file for child support after I had full custody. My ex did not like it and was not expecting it. She actually called me names and various insults and all of that. But I did not say anything, just that communication should go through my lawyer. She said she regrets making it easy for me to get the baby. I don't know, I did not need the child support payments for daily care of my daughter, but I think she deserves to have something saved up for the future and for her college. I did not have the chance to go to college, not smart enough, I'm not good at studying, but I want to make sure my daughter has the chance. My sister-in-law is helping me set up a 529 plan with Vanguard, and I think I will send most of the child support payments there once I start receiving them. Thank you all. Guys, I was thinking the whole time, why does the girlfriend want to give up the baby for adoption if the father is willing to take care of the baby? But I suppose the only reason is the girlfriend does not want to pay child support. Am I right? Please correct me if I'm wrong. But let's be honest here, this is once again a fantastic, wholesome story from r/LegalAdvice. I love this subreddit. The next one is titled, "My autistic brother was banned from the local hobby shop. Is this legal?" So, my brother suffers from high-functioning autism, so he has a hard time socializing. One place he loves to go to is a local hobby shop. Me and my brother are regulars there and have spent thousands of dollars over the years. This last week, however, my brother was banned from the shop. A girl who also goes there claims my brother tried to kiss her, and when she refused, he groped her. I tried to talk with the owner and he knows my brother is autistic, but he refuses to unban him. He said that he cannot allow him in because he is a threat to his female customers. I think this is crap. I talked to my brother about this and he understands he did a wrong thing, but he cannot understand why he was banned, so he has been very depressed this past week and wants to go back to the store. Is there anything I can do? Is this discrimination because he banned my brother due to his autism? My parents are planning on getting a lawyer and suing the owner. Will this fix the issue? Edit, my lunch is over and I need to go to class. Thanks for helping me see I was wrong. I'm gonna talk to my parents and stop them from suing. I'm gonna go to the owner after school and apologize for bothering them and how I acted because of this. User Banana Frappe in the comments said, "If your brother was banned due to the above, the store owner did not do anything illegal." It is not illegal for the owner to ban someone from a legally protected class. It is only illegal for him to ban someone because of membership in a legally protected class. Based on your post, it does not sound like this was the case. And guys, please let me know what you think about this story in the comments. Update to the brother story from before. So I want to start out by saying that I was wrong and I want to apologize to anyone I may have hurt with my last question. It was wrong of me to defend my brother's actions and I wish I could have seen that at the time, but that is the past. I went to my parents and talked to them and they have begun to see that they were wrong too. Me and my dad went last night and apologized to the shop owner for our actions and how we treated him and the victim of my brother, and that we agree with his ban. The owner was genuinely happy with us for this, so I'm glad we did that. The girl who my brother touched was also at the store, and despite what many of you said, I felt that I needed to apologize to her too because she deserved it after my actions and she thanked me for it. My parents are now looking into different options to deal with my brother, including therapy and other programs. I really want to end this by saying thank you for helping me learn I was wrong. Like I said, I'm sorry if I hurt anyone with my post. I did not mean to do that, but it was wrong of me too. This has been a learning experience for me and I hope that I can become a better person because of it. And the last one is titled, "School wants my son's Facebook password and email, also wants us to hand over any phone or computer that he has had access to in the last year. WTF. My son is 15. Today I received a phone call from the school telling me that they are doing an investigation into a series of very serious incidents that happened last year And they would like to have the password for my son's Facebook account, also asking me to disable two-step verification if his account has it. They also said it would really be a great help if I hand over any phones, tablets or computers that my son has had access to in the last year, removing any passcode or login restriction. I was shocked about hearing this. I asked about the incident and I was told that they cannot tell me, since it does not directly concern my son, that they only seek this to see if there has been any mention of it in the communications that my son has had with his friends, which might help them uncover some information. I declined, told them that I am happy to talk to them about the incident in person if it concerns my son, but other than that, this is very unreasonable and really none of our business. I was told something along the lines of,
I strongly recommend you to help us. This is a very serious issue for a few other students, and to be honest, your refusal will have some consequences. I'm mostly talking about your son's future at the school, in the coming school year, and but also potentially legally. I really hope you cooperate for all our sake.
I told her to send us what they want in writing. She said that she hopes we are not trying to make this difficult, as
lives are on the line here.
I insisted that I want it for my records. She said they might do that. So my question is, WTF? They cannot be serious about this. My instinct is to get a lawyer if we received anything in writing, but really what I'm wondering about is how far can they go in this so-called investigation? Let's say when school starts, my son takes a phone or iPad to school. Can they confiscate and look through it? Can they force him to reveal the passcode to it or force him to use his fingerprint to unlock? How do I make sure they cannot just invade our privacy like that? I gotta say, this story reminds me of the story from yesterday, and maybe this school is not in America, but instead in North Korea. What would you guys have done in that situation? Would you have given the school all the passwords and computers? Let me know in the comments. Besides that, a smart person in the comments said, if there were lives on the line, you should be contacted by police with a warrant. And now onto the update to the school story from before. I went to school and asked what is going on. I did that both to confirm that the call was genuine and to see why they want to violate my son and our family's privacy on such a massive scale. First, the call was genuine and it was not a scam. Second, the principal explained the situation to me. It had to do with another student who attempted to take his own life because of bullying during the summer. Thank goodness she's now alright and has since moved to another school, but this was part of the school's investigation to figure out how it happened. When I asked how is it any of my son's business, they said they have seen them hang out together, and while they don't think my son was involved in the bullying himself, they would like to read his conversations with her because she may have confided in him about the students involved in bullying. I asked why this information was not obtained from the parents of that student. However, the answer was that they were not willing to work with the school about it and she had left, so they had no power, strange use of words in the situation, over them. I told them to leave my son out of this witch hunt, and the way they are speaking to us, they sound like they are trying to bully us into helping their anti-bullying investigation, which is troubling and absurd. I told them that if they ever approach my son or try to take his phone or anything by force or threat, I'm going to make a big deal out of this, talk to the superintendent and hire a lawyer. Up until this day, they have not said or done a thing. I talked to my son about the girl and what happened to her. He knew her and they had some mutual friends, but they were not exactly friends and he was not aware of her taking her own life attempt. He only knew that she had left the school. He showed me their conversations and there was not much there except talking about movies and TV shows. In short, they backed off after I made sure they understood that I won't take any harassment or violation of our privacy lightly. And guys, I think this is a very important factor. You should never take any harassment or violation to your privacy lightly. And by the way, I know this is kind of off topic, but I just had to say this. After we now had 2 stories about privacy, long ago I wrote down an argument against this whole
I have nothing to hide, they can search whatever they want,
that some people bring up when you talk to them about surveillance. And long ago, I wrote down what Edward Snowden had to say about this. He said, first of all, you are giving up your rights, meaning,
hey, I don't think I need them.
Rights.
So I'm just going to trust them, let's just get rid of them, these guys will do the right thing.
And then Mr. Snowden said, your rights matter because you never know when you are going to need them. It is also part of the cultural identity in America and Western democracies in general. People should be able to pick up their phone and talk to their family, send messages to loved ones, travel, etc. without wondering about how these events will look to an agent of a government that might not even be yours years in the future, or how they will be misinterpreted and what they will think your intentions were. We have a right to privacy. We require warrants to be based on probable cause or some kind of individualized suspicion because we recognize that trusting anybody, any government authority, with the entirety of human communication in secret and without oversight is simply too great a temptation to be ignored. And with this rant about privacy, I would just like to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content today. And as I mentioned in the previous video, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel because that would help me out tremendously. I hope you have a fantastic day and I see you again tomorrow.